My name's Chris Selby, and I live in Bentonville, Arkansas. The gospel radically transformed my life, and I went from being an alcoholic and doing a lot of drugs to being just radically on fire for Jesus because he changed me so much and just forgave me for so much. So I just want to share that with everyone. In that process, I came along and found Dare to Share Ministries as I was searching for things to help me teach my kids how they could share their faith with their friends and family members. And so Dare to Share in our ministry, through gospel advancing, radically changed me and my students. I remember one time Greg asked me, do you spend more time when you meet with your students in prayer or announcements? And I was like, oh, right? It was like a knife and it twisted it. I remember at an event called Lead the Cause, begging, crying out to God for revival in my students, for him to move in their lives. In that still small voice, he said, if you want me to move like you're asking, you're going to have to get serious about prayer. Where I need to get on my face as a leader and start praying for my students. And through gospel advancing, through those values, relational evangelism, and I saw my students share the gospel over 1,300 times, lead 140 of the Friends of Christ, which is just in one school year. I'd never seen anything like it before. That was 3 or 4 years ago, and now the last 2 years, what I've been doing, I'm the master trainer with Dare to Share, and so what they have done is really help resource me on how to pour myself out into other leaders and to multiply myself. So now, am I not just leading students and teaching students how to share their faith and make disciples like Jesus did, but now I'm pouring into leaders. I've seen now them go from being frustrated and burnt out, almost want to leave the youth ministry, to really seeing them rejuvenated and seeing their kids share their faith with their friends and them come to Christ. So now I'm seeing youth pastors from Minnesota to Orlando to Houston to Dallas, all across the country using these values that Dare to Share has poured into me, so now I can pour into them. And man, I'm just seeing radical gospel transformation.